What's up, guys? So it's been about 3 weeks since my last video, and I understand that in internet time that's like 2.5 years, but I'm finally back and it's time to tie up a couple of loose ends. So that being said, I finished up the last 5 episodes of Akame Got Kill, and here's what happened. As always with my episodic review, spoilers ahead, so if you haven't but for some reason still wants to see Akame Got Kill, go ahead and click right there to skip ahead to the channel news.
Apparently after our last episode, everyone just kind of went back to their corners and regrouped, and it turns out that Scar is the minister's son and becomes a military commander along with some buff blonde guy. Lubbock and Tatsumi go to the city to meet rebels, but instead meet the commander duo and get into a fight. Tatsumi gets captured, but Strings isn't so lucky and literally gets stabbed in the back by one of the rebels before being transported to the world of No Game No Life and dying in the stupidest way possible. Sometime later, Tatsumi is set to be crucified when the Night Raid joins the party and an anime royale kicks off. Mai and Boobs go after the guy that captured Tatsumi and get their asses kicked before finally being useful. Meanwhile, the Bionic Commando and her sex slave take on Esdeath, who reveals that her ice can freeze time because bullshit. Tatsumi ends up escaping, snatching Mine up and taking her with him. She dies of pills or something, and Tatsumi cries. The human arms then dies in order to let the others escape, although they don't show us that because that would make sense and they can't be bothered with trivial things such as sense. After the Great Escape, people start rebelling, and the government responds by putting traitors in a Jesus Christ pose as a warning. Akame notices a message from her sister covered in one of the victims and heads off to meet her. But it turns out that whatever Chelsea did is slowly killing Chrome anyway, so Wave chases after her knowing that she'll lose. Meanwhile, Akame and Chrome fight so hard that they awaken a danger beast before joining forces to kill it and going right back to fighting each other. Wave shows up and jumps in, only to be stopped by Tatsumi, and the girls go back to fighting. Akame stops Chrome, Wave cries. The Night Raid attacks the city again with Boobs facing off against the angel guy who was apparently her teacher, and everyone else is going after the minister. The minister convinces the emperor to summon an imperial arms that they call God, and the final fight begins. Tatsumi gets bitch slapped up and down the kingdom until finally Wave steps in to save him. The two join forces only to give the God arms double the asses to kick, and eventually Tatsumi somehow turns to the Shining Gundam and punches his way through the behemoth. But the strain not only takes out the God but also kills Tatsumi in the process, leaving Akame and Esdeath to mourn, and by mourn of course I mean fight. A bunch of jibber jabber happens until Akame decides to cut herself with her cursed blade, which somehow doesn't kill her but instead gives her amazing tattoo powers and Tokyo Ghoul eyes. Esdeath is eventually forced to freeze time, but apparently Kame is made out of speed force and cuts her down anyways. As she's dying, Esdeath walks to Tatsumi's body and freezes herself with him before somehow shattering the ice. Back over at Boobs and the Angel, the two stop fighting, leaving Boobs to go after the minister, who uses an imperial arms to break her imperial arm and proceeds to make her into a pencil by shooting her full of lead. But a simple thing like being shot several times can't stop her breast, and she beats him into a puddle before meeting up with the Kame, seemingly perfectly fine, and then presumably running off to go die alone. The celebration is had by all because they realize that the show is over and the emperor has his little head chopped off. The rest of the survivors help rebuild the city except for Akame, who decides to leave, and that is where our series ends.
Now as for my thoughts on the series as a whole, well, you're gonna have to wait on my full review, and let's be honest, who knows when that's gonna be. But now we move on to the news. First off, and probably most relevant to this particular video, episodic reviews are over. I know, everyone's just super disappointed. Honestly though, I just don't have the interest that I thought I would in them, and I think that kind of comes through in the videos when I record them, so no more episodics. You're welcome. Also, I'm going to be cutting back on my full reviews as well. Now, they're not disappearing, they're just kind of taking a back seat to some more original content. What kind of content, you ask? Well, I have a few ideas. Here's a clip from one of them.
Hey Al, I found this great new game. It's called God. Wanna play it?
Fantastic! For now though, I want your guys' opinion. What kind of content should I never make on this channel? Leave your creative and or funny comment down below, and I'll pick my favorite one to spotlight in the next video. And as always, if you enjoyed my face saying things to your face, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, check out the annotations over there, and head over to our Twitch channel, see me and the rest of the Otaku play games for your entertainment, like Five Nights at Freddy's and League of Legends. So for the final time, I'm going to sign off this episodic review by saying, peace! And as always, if you enjoyed my face saying things to your face, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, check out the annotations, and head on over to our Twitch channel to watch me and the rest of the Otaku play games. They're great games. Great flavored games. What kind of content should I... Oh my god. And as always, if you enjoyed my face saying things to your face, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, check out the annotations over here, and head over to our Twitch channel to watch me and the rest of the Otaku play games like... God get it done!